At some point, I'm beginning to understand and realize that certain relationships shouldn't even happen in the first place if you're not wanting to just try to get better, improve yourself, improve over your attitude and how you come off as a person or a character for that matter. But undesirable people are the ones that are miserable, that shouldn't deserve anything. Because if they're not working on themselves, how do they expect people to treat them as such? So, shout out to Didi. Let's get to the video.
Listen, I just had this question. Why is it that the most undesirable people are the most entitled? Why is that? And I'm not trying to be mean, and it's not like you don't have, good characteristics or things of that nature, but there are a lot of people who are either overweight or have some areas in their lives that they could work on to make themselves better. Why is it that those people are the ones who expect the most from others? Wouldn't you think if you know you are at a place where you're not your best and you clearly know that there are areas that you can work on, why are those people the ones so entitled and so nasty and have the most of the expectations from other people? You would think that these people would be more considerate, and more cooperative and be willing to work with another person because they understand flaws. They understand the nature of it because we all have them. So if I know that I'm flawed in certain areas and I know that I have room to grow, I shouldn't be so critical on others. I should be more understanding. I should understand, hey, listen, we're working on some things. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. Hey, let's get perfect together. Let's work together. Let's help each other. Let's motivate each other. Let's get together and let's create something. But instead, you see the people who have the most to work on, the most critical, the most entitled, have the biggest and the most expectations from people ever. It goes on the flip side, too, where you see women who are gorgeous, nasty, and all of that as well. But I'm just saying, people who are entitled, they are visibly flawed, and they have the most nastiest, unrealistic expectations ever because they think that they're perfect. They see something else. They don't see everything that we see. They don't think that they're flawed. They think that they're perfect, and they expect you to be perfect, when in actuality, they're just as flawed, and we can see your flaws, and it's major. And you think that everything's in sliced bread and that somebody owes you something. You got to stop that mentality. Look, we all works in progress. We all need to work on ourselves. Nobody's exempt from that. I'm just saying.
And there's one thing that I've always said about people all over the world is that accountability is the most kryptonite out of everybody, especially when it comes to modern women nowadays. When you try to call them out with their nonsense, they want to play the blame game. They want to play the victim, and they want to blame you for their downfall instead of taking ownership and responsibilities of how they turn out. But this goes for the men too, because I've seen far from worse of what men do on social media. The simps, the beta males, the alpha males, men in general. So instead of improving themselves, they would rather just blame other people for their mistakes and their downfall. And it's obvious to me that these people will never learn in America. A lot of us are getting older. We're still learning and we're still maturing and we're still trying to figure out life altogether. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you try to date. This is where the biggest issue comes with a lot of insecurities. If you're this perfect 10 out of 10 man or woman, you expect the other person to just be like you. The nasty attitude and loud mouth, the swearing, the entitlement. It's like, what makes you think a person wants to be like you or be with you in the first place if you're not wanting to be better for yourself? It's painfully obvious that we're still dealing with this now in 2025. So what happened in 2024 has now been brought into 2025. And I mean, listen, you'll notice from the jump. So shout out to DD. Links to the original video will be down below.